Welcome back, listeners. We are here at Mixing It Up with Mixter, an autism podcast. Today we will be interviewing Mr. Thompson of Mixter School. Let's find out a little more about him. Uh, hello, Mr. Hello, Mr. T. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Branden. How are you doing today?
Good. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, so I've been in Lincoln Park for a few years now. I want to say 6 or 7 years. I've worked at pretty much every building we got here. I love it at Mixter, by the way. I love coming over to Mixter. It's always a joy. Love you guys. I am excited to be here on the podcast, and I've seen you guys do the podcast before, but this is my first time being on your podcast, which is cool. A little bit about me. One of my nicknames in the district is Batman. So a lot of people know me as Batman or Mr. T. And a couple more things about me. I am a Wayne State grad, so aim high, go Warriors. I lift weights often, as much as I can, and I consider myself to be insanely hilarious. Every now and again, I'll crack a joke, and it is pretty funny.
That's nice. Do you like any TV shows?
I do. I watch a lot of anime. So I'm a really big anime fan. I think me and you talked about that before. So I am watching Bleach right now, which is one of my favorites from when I was a kid and even now. So that just came back a minute ago. My wife and I, we love Game of Thrones, really big Game of Thrones fan. So we just finished wrapping up House of the Dragon, which was super cool. Excited for that. I watch football too. Really big football fan. So go Lions! They're on a winning streak. We are 7-7, and we are in playoff contention, which is really good because it's been a while since we've had meaningful games at the end of the year. So I'm excited for that. So that's just some of the stuff I usually watch on a daily basis.
Great. What are you looking forward to next year?
My daughter. So my wife is expecting, and she's expecting any day in the next couple of weeks. So we're expecting our first kid, a baby girl. So next year I am looking forward to being a dad, man, and it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be super cool. I'm excited. A new adventure, raising a baby girl from scratch. So gonna be some adjusting because I gotta learn, the girl stuff, guy stuff I got, from being with my nephews for so many years. But I'm working on being a girl dad. So I'm really excited for that next year.
That's nice. What kind of movies do you like to watch? I like
all kinds of movies. I like a lot of movies. I'm a really big Marvel fan too. So obviously, anything Marvel comes out with, I love. Just saw the recent Black Panther movie, and that was awesome. I also like DC, even though they're doing some stuff right now. I don't know what they're doing. It's all over the place. But Black Adam was really good. So that's good. And Avatar. I can't wait to go see that new Avatar movie because it just came out, and I'm like a super, super huge Avatar fan too. I love the entire world of Avatar, so I'm excited to see that as soon as possible, hopefully this weekend.
That's nice. I've actually seen Avatar last Thursday.
Is it as good? Is it really good?
Yeah.
Is it really good?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm excited. What about it? Did you see it in 3D?
Yep.
Okay, so is the 3D as good as the original in 3D? Because that was like amazing when I saw it.
I think they're both equally good.
They're both equally good. James Cameron did a good job?
Yep.
Okay, so what you're saying is I should be excited, and I'm going to be thrilled when I see it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, see, now I'm even more excited, man.
Yeah, James Cameron said before that he wants to go to all the way up to 5.
Really?
Yeah, but recently he said he might not direct 4 and 5 though.
Why not? Why not direct?
Because he has other stuff he wants to do.
I mean,
but
it's Avatar. Like,
yeah.
you got it.
It could still happen with a new director, but.
Do you think it's going to be as good if they got a new director?
Hard to say.
All right. So would you rather see James Cameron keep directing them, or do you think it'll be okay if somebody else takes it over?
I'm fine with either one.
Either way, you just want more Avatar?
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
But anyway, How would you feel about a high school / teenage Batman movie / series?
I would like it because I did like. I don't know if you watched the Gotham series.
Yeah.
So I like Gotham. A lot of people didn't, but I loved it. I think that the origin of how Bruce Wayne, was a kid and how he grew up and the origin stories of the villains, and that was like a young teenage kind of Batman. He was a young guy and then he grew up a little bit. I think that it was really good. So I would like to see that continuation of a story. So I really wouldn't mind it. And then I know they were talking about doing the Batman Beyond. They probably canceled that, and I was excited to see like Michael Keaton come back as Batman.
Yeah.
So I was looking forward to that, but they kind of canceled that. So I think that doing something kind of like after Gotham, I think it would be really good just to see that teenage Bruce Wayne. I think that'd be really good.
I would also like to see a continuation of Gotham.
Gotham was good.
Yeah. I even came up with my own movie pitch for what it would be for like a movie set like after Gotham.
What would it be?
Puzzle. Called it Gotham War of the Dark Knight.
I like that. That's a nice title.
Yeah, and by the end, Batman and Catwoman would eventually end up getting back together, because I'm a huge Batcat fan.
Batcat.
Yeah.
I do like that. I do like that pairing.
In my opinion, Catwoman is the better love interest for Batman.
I agree too. It's more interesting with that dynamic. I think that they have kind of like that polarizing relationship where they can never really be separate for too long. Like they always find a way to come back together. It's just how their love story works, and I think it is interesting for him. And then you got Batman, who's like this really good guy, and then Catwoman, who kind of toes the line a little bit.
Yeah.
So I always thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
That seems like a good premise for a movie. I'd watch it.
Yeah. This high school idea I thought of like right before the summer. I even pitched it to Mr. Blackwell, where Bruce's love interest would again be Selina, like in Gotham, and Bruce would be portrayed as like the billionaire goth kid.
Right.
And I also thought of an idea where maybe Selina is like one of the cheerleaders, but she's more like punk rock kind of.
Right. So you would think Selina would be able to adjust in the high school life, because normally she's kind of a free spirit. Yeah,
and I feel like Ivy would be portrayed as like the popular mean girl, probably.
That makes sense. So that's a different take on Batman. That's really interesting on Batman. Like all of the villains and heroes in high school, because high school is a very interesting time. So that would make for a very interesting dynamic.
Yeah. Thanks for being here today, Mr. T.
Oh, well, no problem. I love talking to you, Branden. You know that, and your questions were really great. And I'm glad I was able to come on and talk to you for a bit.
Same thing.
All right.